In my last life, I got tattoos with my girlfriend. She got a king cobra, but she gave me a cartoon sheep. Then the apocalypse hit, and tattoos awakened powers. She turned into a king cobra, while I turned into a fat sheep weighing hundreds of pounds. To evolve, she swallowed me whole. Carrying the pain and rage of being eaten alive, I was reborn one day before the apocalypse. This life, I swore I'd stand at the very top of the food chain. I wanted Pangu opening the heavens on my chest, 9 dragons pulling the coffin on my back, Dong Huang Taiyi on my left leg, and the Monkey King on my right. Clack, the old tattoo master dropped his machine. He looked at me like I was insane. Kid, do you have a death wish? Pangu opening the heavens is already a forbidden fate mark, and you still want 9 dragons pulling the coffin? That thing isn't some ordinary mythic totem. It's a forbidden omen that buries all living souls. I gave a cold laugh. I'll pay more. If 1 million isn't enough, I'll give you 10 million. I want you on the needle yourself with everyone else assisting. It must be done within 7 days. The old master's face changed. 7 days? Are you crazy? A piece this big is impossible in 7 days. I pulled out a list and tossed it onto the table. Military-grade rapid healing gel, bionic repair patches, imported painkillers, anti-infection meds, I've got them all. You just focus on tattooing. I'll bear the cost myself. The old master stared me down for half a minute, then finally bent over and picked up the tattoo machine. His voice was hoarse. Fine. I've tattooed gods my whole life, but I've never seen anyone this crazy. Ghost Axe is taking this job. 3 days later, deep in the mountains outside Jiangzhou, stood an abandoned underground base codenamed Blackstone. On the surface, it used to be an air raid shelter left over from the Cold War, later converted into a maximum security prison. But I knew what it really was, an underground command center sealed away from the old era. The main structure, energy well, ventilation ducts, and water storage system were all still intact. What I was paying for wasn't building from scratch. It was restarting, reinforcing, and installing a firepower system. In those 3 days, I only went to Blackstone once to sign the contract and inspect the structure. Are you sure you want to spend 30 million on this godforsaken dump? The real estate agent wiped cold sweat from his forehead, staring at me, Jiangzhou's infamous spoiled rich kid. I'm not just buying it, I'm upgrading it. I signed the contract with one stroke. Get me the best security and construction teams in the country. In 10 days, I want this place turned into a doomsday fortress. A fortress not even a fly could get into. 5-meter-high military-grade titanium alloy walls, a 1,000-ton blast-proof gate, and a top-tier ecological circulation system. And the sealed energy core underground. Repair it and restart it all. I put up 100 million in cash and poured it all in within 10 days. Money wasn't an issue. I offered triple pay and 24-hour shifts. As my orders went out one after another, Jiangzhou's entire construction industry was shaken. At that moment, I was shirtless, sitting in the deepest private room of the underground tattoo studio Ghost Axe. Dim yellow light hit the walls, which were covered in vicious, eerie totem designs. The air smelled of disinfectant mixed with tattoo ink. The old master from Ghost Axe handled the needle himself, while 3 apprentices helped mix colors, trace lines, and wipe the wounds. The 9 dragons. Pulling the coffin on my back had already completed the outline of the first black dragon. Its eyes hadn't even been added yet, but it already carried an indescribable pressure. Zhu Xiaodao sat beside me. The neja on his left arm had already taken shape, and he was grimacing from the pain. Jiang Xinyi was in a separate room next door, where a female tattoo artist kept working on the details of her 9 heavens mystic maiden. My phone stayed beside me the whole time. Messages from lawyers, agents, construction teams, and supply vendors kept popping up. While enduring the sharp pain of needles piercing my skin, I gave orders remotely. Blackstone Base's renovation was moving forward at the same time. The tattoos and the Doomsday Fortress, neither could be delayed. I casually swiped open my phone, and a push notification popped up. Shocking. Wealthy heir Qin Li sells off all family assets to buy an abandoned prison deep in the mountains. I opened the livestream app and randomly entered the #1 local trending stream. There he was, my sworn enemy, Jiangzhou's so-called guardian son, Xu Rui. On screen, Xu Rui sat inside a luxury villa downtown, swirling a glass of red wine and laughing so hard he leaned back and forth. Ha 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 ha. What happened to Qin Li? Did something break him? Zhao Yuqing laughed. Xu Xiao, thank God I saw he was crazy and dumped him early. I heard he even dragged that stuck-up Jiang Xinyi into getting a whole body of gangster tattoos. That's hilarious. As the camera shifted, a newly inked red flower branch showed at Zhao Yuqing's waist, as vivid as blood. I glanced at it, and my eyes turned cold. A red spider lily. In my last life, Zhao Yuqing didn't have that tattoo. Looks like in this life, she'd gone all out to please Xu Rui. Xu Rui shouted excitedly at the camera. Guys, who gets it? Qin Li didn't just dump money into that broken cave in the mountains. I heard he also spent over 100 million ordering pork and rice from every major supermarket. He's getting ready to live in there forever. Ha 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 ha. The livestream chat instantly blew up. Damn, poverty really limits my imagination. Are rich people's mental states always this advanced? Jiang Xinyi is the goddess in our hearts, and she actually followed him to live in an air raid shelter. Confirmed. Qin Li's brain is flooded. Send him straight to a mental hospital. Watching the endless mockery and insults online, Xu Xiaodao trembled with anger. Brother Li, that bastard Xu Rui is stirring people up online and cyberbullying you. I'm going out to settle the score. Don't bother with him. I felt the sting of the needle breaking my skin, and looked calmly at Xu Rui's smug face on screen. The higher he jumps now, the harder he'll cry later. Xiaodao, keep watching the supply convoy. Our Doomsday Fortress can't have a single mistake. A full 7 days had passed since my rebirth. During those 7 days, I barely left this underground room. The Ghost Axe Master and his 3 apprentices took turns working, lining by day, coloring at night, repairing details before dawn. To speed things up, I even had people buy military-grade rapid healing gel and bionic repair patches from the black market. Every time a section of the totem was finished, the wound was immediately sealed with healing gel. Otherwise, under that intensity, my skin would have given out long ago. Late on the 7th night, in Ghost Axe's deepest private room, the sound of the tattoo machine finally stopped. Xu Xiaodao's Neja and Erlang manifested True Lord had been finished 2 days ago. Jiang Xinyi's 9 Heavens Mystic Maiden had received its final stroke yesterday. And on my body, the 4 forbidden totems were finally complete. The old master took off his gloves, looked at the designs on me, and let out a long breath. It's done, young Master Qin. I've tattooed my whole life, but I've never taken on a job this huge. Pangu opening the heavens, 9 dragons pulling the coffin, Donghuang Taiyi, and the Monkey King. Say what you want, but if this set is placed in Jiangzhou's tattoo scene, nobody would dare say they stand above Ghost Axe. I sat up from the tattoo chair. In the mirror, the 4 forbidden totems covered my chest, back, and legs. Every line looked sharp, ancient, and heavy, especially the 9 dragons pulling the coffin on my back. 9 black dragons coiled upward from both sides of my spine. Their scales overlapped layer by layer, and their 9 tails gathered at the center of my back, dragging an ancient black coffin with all their force. Crimson chains wrapped around the coffin. It was clearly just a tattoo, yet it gave off an indescribable sense of pressure. Xu Xiaodao circled me once and couldn't help swallowing hard. Brother Lai, this is way too intense. If I hadn't watched it get inked myself, I'd think this thing could move on its own at night. I put on my clothes, covering the totems on my body. Right now, they're still just tattoos. When the red moon descends, they'll truly awaken. Xu Xiaodao froze. Red moon? I didn't explain right away. I just picked up my phone and checked the time. 12 days left until the red moon descended. Let's go to Blackstone Base. It's time to inspect our Doomsday Fortress. 2 hours later, we arrived in the mountains outside Jiangzhou. The underground base, codenamed Blackstone, had already completed its initial upgrade.